Hello, my name is Maureen Perry and I'm an education specialist with the Coachella Valley Water District. We have put together a series of videos that will bring you a lot of information about several of our facilities throughout the district, facilities that normally the public is not allowed to enter or to see. So we hope you appreciate this new series. And remember, your water is our promise.
Hello, my name is Tesfaye Demissie. I'm Senior Stormwater Engineer with the Coachella Valley Water District. I have been with the district for over 13 years. And today I'm going to talk about regional flood and regional flood control. A regional flood is a flood hazard that originated in the hills and mountains that surround the Coachella Valley. So a regional flood could be unpredictable, damaging, as well as deadly flash flood, which is the case with Cove and Mountain Hills community. And it could also be a riverine flooding, where it follows the natural flow paths known as the washes. A case in point would be the Whitewater River flooding, which starts on the southern slopes of the San Bernardino Mountains and flows through the Coachella Valley towards the Salton Sea. In the 1900s, the residents of the Coachella Valley established the Stormwater District in order to combat with the regional flood hazard caused by the Whitewater River. One of their notable achievements was channelizing the Whitewater River starting from Point Happy to the Salton Sea. And after accomplishing that, in 1937, the then Stormwater District merged with CVWD, and CVWD took the responsibility of regional flood protection. Since then, the population of the Coachella Valley grew up, and the Cove areas, Mountain Hill areas are desirable in terms of settlement. Unfortunately, in the 1970s, these areas were devastated with at times deadly flash flood, and notable communities affected by this are the Rancho Mirage, Cove areas, the Thousand Palms, as well as the Palm Desert communities. Now, CVWD's role for providing regional flood protection, evolved with this one by focusing long-term planning. Today, because of the implementation of this long-term planning, design and construction, CVWD has over 14 regional stormwater facilities. Of this, the 50 miles that stretch from Palm Springs all the way to the Salton Sea, known as the Coachella Valley Stormwater Channel, is the backbone facility to which all the tributary regional stormwater facilities discharge to. In terms of the funding for all these sources, the Coachella Valley Water District utilizes stormwater property taxes, and currently CVWD is pursuing new means of acquiring additional funding from outside, which is obtaining a federal grant to supplement for financing this project. The Bear Creek Channel system, which was planned, designed and constructed for the La Quinta Cove area, it was started in 1970, and then the design and construction was completed in 85 and 86 respectively. As you can see, this takes a very long time. It's not only cost, but also time will be a factor in providing regional flood protection. The Bear Creek Stormwater Channel system has various components. The first one is the almost half-a-mile training dike, which would protect flows that otherwise could have flown directly into the Cove area. It directs to the detention basin. And then from the detention basin, there is a 2.5-mile trapezoidal soil cement concrete channel, which outlets into what we call the Oleander Reservoir. The dike guides water to the detention basin, whereas the detention basin receives almost the entirety of the debris flow that comes from the Bear Creek system or watershed. Now, the function of the detention basin is twofold. So number one is to detain the debris that comes from the mountain here, which is about 200 acre-feet. Now, it also have an additional volume of about 500 feet for flood storage. This temporary storage is required in order to reduce the outflow from the detention basin so that it matches with the capacity of the 2.5-mile Bear Creek channel. The outflow is controlled by the outlet, which has, a big trapezoidal concrete structure, and that will limit the outflow capacity from the detention basin. A similar, flow reduction and temporary detention will take place within the Oleander reservoir system, which is locally known as the golf course, and which in turn reduces the flow and releases to the La Quinta evacuation channel. The evacuation channel then ultimately transports or conveys the flows and discharges into the Coachella Valley Stormwater channel north of the intersection of Highway 111 and Jefferson Street.